what is a loop? It is a solution for an iterative task. If there is a task and we have to repeat it, so instead of writing separate code for that task every single time, what we do is we use loops. So there are two types of loop: for loop and while loop. So what is a loop? It is a solution for an iterative task. So there are different tasks in our daily life, like if we have to repeat them, the stuff gets boring. And similarly, there are tasks in Python that need repetition. So if we want to repeat those tasks, what we have to do, we will have to write that code over and over again. For getting rid of this problem, we use loops. Loops are basically a solution for iteration, and there are basically two types of loop: for loop and while loop. Will go through both of these loops. So what is a for loop? For loop is used for such a task in which number of iterations is known, in which we know that we want to repeat this task 10 times, we want to print this number 10 times, we want to multiply this number 10 times. And while loop is used for such a task in which the number of repetitions is unknown. We want to repeat a certain task till the condition has not been fulfilled, and that task can be repeated unlimited number of times. Like we don't know how much time it will get repeated until the condition that we gave will be satisfied. We will look further on in this video that how while loop works and how for loops. Coming back to for loop, so now let's print hello world 10 times using for loop. So we use the for loop for I in range, then we define a range that in this range we want to print hello world. We want to print hello world 10 times. So it prints us hello world 10 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now let's I have created another list. So here I have created a list. So let's get curly brackets around this list. So let's first of all get curly brackets around this list. Otherwise it won't be called as a list. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening right now? The list is so the list has been made. Let's remove this. So I want to print each fruit in a list. For I in fruits, print I. This would print all the fruits that are in the list. So apple, banana and mango have been printed. So if we want to similarly print each fruit 3 times, what do we do is for I in range 3 print fruits. It prints apple, banana and mango 3 times. So if we want to print the whole list, what we do is we simply print the whole. We put the whole list in as an argument inside the print function. Now let's work on some advanced problem. Let's print odd numbers under 30. For that we will use a for loop for I in range. This is the minimum range, like start from 1 and end on 30. And this 2 describes that the difference between each number must be 2. So with a difference of 2 and starting from 1, the next number will be 3. Then again with a difference of 2, the next number will be 5, and so on till 30. So we will print I, and we will see that the numbers from odd numbers from 1 to 30 have been printed here. Next comes the range function. The range function, basically like we use this range function here, it defines that how many times we have to perform a function. Like this 10 defines range starts from 0, and this 10 defines that we have to print this I 10 times. like if let's say from 1 to 10, now it would be like start from 1, and so if we write 1 here, what it does mean is that start from 1 till 10. This 2 defines that the difference between two consecutive number must be 2. If we write 3 here, the difference between two consecutive number will be 2. So that was range function. Let's move on to the next function. We have here is dictionary. What is dictionary? It consists of keys and values. The first number is the key. Key is basically something in which the value is stored. Like here, year is the key, and 2020 is the value. Similarly, model is the key, Mustang is the value, brand is the key, Mitsubishi is the value. So we have a simple problem. We do a simple problem. We fetch out the key. For fetching out the key, we will use the for loop. For key in my underscore dict dot keys. Print key. If we print the key, it would print us the keys. Now let's work on while loop. So what is a while loop? While loop is like if we want to iterate unlimited number of time, we use the while loop. And here we do a simple problem using the while loop. Like we want to print I as long as it is greater than 10. First we take I as 1 while I less than 10. What you should do is, we're telling the program to do is like print I till the time I is lesser than 10, and also for every repetition add 1 inside I. What it will do is it will print I every single time until it is lesser than 10. Here you see it has stopped printing I after 10. 9. So let's do a simple project using for and while loops. So the while loop, and let's build a user input validation protocol using for and while loop. So let's build a user input validation protocol using while loop. Basically we will have to use while loop here. So there is no for loop. Let's omit it from here, and we have set our password secret while the password is not secret. What you have to print is like the password is secret, and we have given an input function so that the user can input password. If password is secret, we type in secret, the access is granted. Else, if the password is something else, the access denied will be printed. Let's work on it and let's see what happens. Let's run this program, and this can be used for making this is a simple program that can be used for making the login systems of websites. And let's enter secret. Let's see what it does. If we enter it, access granted, and if we like do not enter, let's enter a random word, and it will say access denied. So that was a basic user input validation protocol that we built using the while loop. We can actually end this password button if the access is denied, but we will do this in the next video. In the next video, inshallah, I will make a whole video in which I will make a whole login system using Python, inshallah. And let's revise the concepts. We studied for loop, we printed hello world, and then we printed three times, printed age food in a list, odd numbers under 30, and then we discussed some basics of loop, and then after loop we discussed while loop, and that was it from this video. Peace out.